Hello and welcome back to Automobility Store's YouTube channel. Happy New Year's from all of us here. Today's video, I wanted to kind of do a newer video for 2026 on scooters that I would recommend for cruising season. I know it's cold outside, but it'll be warm enough soon enough, and it's time to cruise. I know it's one of my favorite vacations to take, so yeah, today I have 3 scooters that I would recommend. There's been a lot of new scooters with new technology that has come out since 2025. So I want to do a newer video for cruising. So first, I'm going to start with my first suggestion. This is no particular order. I think all 3 of these would suit you just fine for the cruise ships. I see a lot of scooters on cruises when I cruise, and I think these will just work out just fine. So first, we're going to start off with, it's the Pride Mobility GoGo Elite Traveler 2 Platinum Scooter. So let's take a look at this. All right, so the GoGo Elite Traveler 2 Platinum by Pride Mobility. I suggest this. It is a 4-wheel scooter, but this now has the easy turn technology. So it gives you a very tight 37-inch turning radius. So you get that stability of a 4-wheel scooter with that amazing turning radius of a 3-wheel scooter. This also offers, this is one of my favorite things that they have come out with. It's the magnetic Charge 360 charging. So as you're used to the charging port, typically you have got on the end of your charger, it's got 3 pins. You have to line up when you push it in. This Charge 360 allows you to it just magnetizes to it. So you don't have to line up any kind of pins. So if you're on the cruise ship, you need a quick charge. You want to get to that, the windjammer, I call it, excellent breakfast place or whatever, and you just need a quick charge. This allows you to just throw that charger on that magnetic port without lining up any pins. It's a wonderful thing. But also, this is a GoGo, so it's got that feather touch disassembly. I know cruise ships have changed kind of what they allow. They're not really allowing, or some of them are not allowing you to leave your scooter outside your room like you used to. So you do have to bring it into your room. Again, check with your cruise line. But if it's an issue getting this through the door, you can easily take it apart, and just put the pieces wherever it fits best, because we all know those staterooms are not the biggest. Elite Traveler 2 has a 300-pound weight capacity. So it's got a nice top speed of 4.23 miles per hour, which is definitely fast enough to get you around that ship. So Elite Traveler 2 Platinum by Pride Mobility is one of the scooters that I chose for this. All right. Coming up next is another GoGo model made by Pride Mobility, but this is more of a folding scooter, so this is not a take-apart scooter. So I'm going to show you this. This is the GoGo Carbon folding scooter, so let's take a look at that. All right, the great thing about this GoGo Carbon by Pride is it is a folding scooter, so when it is time to call it a night, you can fold this up, and you can fit it into those tiny closets, in your stateroom or just next to your bed, whatever works for you. But it folds up really nice. And the best part is its weight. This thing only weighs 35 pounds without the battery, full carbon fiber. So it's, as strong as steel, but as light as ever. You can also put it into the suitcase mode. So basically when it's folded up, you can adjust the tiller all the way up and you can tow it around like a suitcase. So, if you don't need it at a certain part, you need to bring it up the cruise ramp when you're getting on, anything like that, fold it up, pull it up like a suitcase. Another great thing about this is its NFC key fob ignition. So basically you need your specific key to be able to start this scooter. So again, it collapses in seconds. You can tow it like luggage. Only weighs 35 pounds without the battery. It has that NFC key fob technology, so it's secure. You get a wonderful range of up to 10 miles per charge. This should last you all day on that cruise ship. A little slower. This one's 3.7 miles per hour, but on something this small, that to me really it's fast enough. You've got your flat-free, non-scuffing tires, and a decent ground clearance of 1.5 inches, which will do you just fine on that cruise ship. So, the GoGo Carbon by Pride Mobility folding scooter, I think, is another wonderful option for cruising. And lastly, we're going to go with a Buzzaround Carry-on. This is one I recommended in my 2025 cruise ship suggestions, but for good reason. So let's take a look at the Buzzaround Carry-on. So the Buzzaround Carry-on is definitely different from the other two models. First, we went over the Elite Traveler. That's more of a travel scooter, something you can take apart. I like to really think about how you're going to store this at night, because if you get just a general stateroom on a cruise ship, they lack room. So that's kind of where I was leaning towards, with these three scooters. So that Elite Traveler comes apart. You can hide the pieces wherever you need to in your room. Your GoGo Carbon folds up very nice, very small. You can tuck that, where you need to. And then this Buzzaround Carry-on basically folds more in a horizontal position, so it's more flat. But when it's folded, it's only 12 inches tall. So again, this one can be stored typically in those closets. It really should fit left to right, and then 12 inches tall. You could put shoes or whatever on top of that if you need to. So yeah, you've got a really nice seat on this Buzzaround. It's a contoured seat. It really enhances, the comfort for your all-day riding, on that cruise ship. And then it does come with the airline-approved, lithium battery, which, a lot of people, or a lot of us, if we're going cruising, most of the time we do have to take a plane to get to that port. So that's definitely useful to know. And this does kind of break down as well as fold down, so you can remove the seat on the scooter. And when you do that, your heaviest part, it's only 47.5 pounds. A little heavier, but this is going to give you a lot more comfort, I would say, than that GoGo Carbon. And yeah, it's just got a beautiful look to it. And if you do have to travel with this, it's with the plane, on a plane, it's typically compact enough, for the overhead compartments on the plane. So I like to kind of think of the whole process of going on a cruise ship, as far as, plane rides and, riding around the cruise. So Buzzaround Carry-on by Golden Technologies is my last suggestion. So that is my 2026 suggestions for scooters for cruise ships. Man, we can't wait till it gets here. It's getting cold. It's only going to get a little colder, but I'd say a couple months. It's time to go on a cruise. I typically go in March, so it's coming up quick. So these are 3 great suggestions. If you have any questions or want to look at some specifications, you can click on the links in the description for all 3 scooters that I just recommended, or you can call Automobility Store. We are at 800-431-3183. Safe cruising, Happy New Year, and we'll see you next time.